Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Cliniminds, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you. So, on this special inaugural session, I would like to call Kamal sir, our director of the institute, to give some wise advices about the courses, and then afterwards we will start with other details related to the session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Shweta ma'am. Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon now, in fact. Welcome you all to this new batch of Advanced Postgraduate Diploma in Clinical Research, Pharmacovigilance Data Management. Today, you're joining a lot of you, I think, who are freshers, who are coming first time to the industry. There are some students who have been working in the industry and they're looking into the opportunities to get into the clinical research, pharmacovigilance, or data management sector, or the related, opportunities. I would like to extend warm welcome on behalf of my entire team, Cliniminds. The industry where you're getting into today is growing sector. It's a fast growing sector, and in the years it will continue to grow. The times have changed over the years. The India has become now a very important hub of the global clinical trials industry. And the other related areas like pharmacovigilance or data management, regulatory domain, medical writing, all the related pharmaceutical life sciences sector, opportunities today, the India is at a very, very fast growth curve. When the world is struggling at a single digit growth, today India, it's at a very healthy double digit growth. A lot of things in India have changed. The industry in the last about 20 years or so has grown from few million dollars, only few million dollars, to now over $4 billion of the outsourcing in the life sciences sector. And this is constantly growing. So imagine in 2004, when the industry size was less than $20 million, today, we are talking of the outsourcing in the life sciences sector has grown to $4 billion. So substantial, from few crore rupees to now over almost 32,000 crore worth of outsourcing happening in India by all major global companies. And why is this happening? This is happening as India has a lot of competence in this space. India has become today the global powerhouse in the pharmaceutical industry. We are the pharmacy to the world as far as the generic drugs are concerned. A lot of R&D, a lot of new drug development is taking place in India. And this is creating the opportunities for the young professionals like you. And all this, the skill map which you see is very different to the skill map what you understand in the colleges or the universities, where you learn about the traditional sectors, manufacturing, R&D, and the other areas. But here you are actually learning the new emerging areas, the new opportunities, what's driving India's global growth today in the clinical trials, pharmacovigilance, business analytics, medical devices, regulatory, pharmacovigilance, quality assurance, medical affairs. There's cross-section of now the new opportunities are growing for the students. To give you the perspective on the numbers, how the global industry looks like, and we will see how the numbers pan out for India and the global pharmaceutical. So we are looking at pure pharmaceutical global industry size, which is about $1.7 trillion. Today, the market size, and globally, it is growing at about 6.15%. And by 2034, this will cross $3 trillion. Every time we talk about the growth opportunities, these numbers, these numbers always mean more opportunities, more business opportunities, more job opportunities. Every time you see the numbers growing from 1.7 trillion to 3 trillion, that will translate into thousands and thousands of new jobs worldwide, and India will always be the great beneficiary of these number of jobs. This not only creates the job, today's generation like yours should also think about entrepreneurship, because this growth also brings in the new opportunities, new business opportunities. And the world is very dynamic today. The technology is changing, the regulations are changing, the ways of doing business are changing. So this will create a lot of business opportunities. And the young folks like you should think about entrepreneurship after some time. Once you get into the industry, acquire experience. And a lot of our alumni today, I'm talking about the alumni of 12,000 plus today. Cliniminds alumni stands at a very strong number of 12,000 plus. And a lot of them become entrepreneurs. I was talking to the Dr. Sandeep Bhatia, who was one of a very early alumni. Today he runs a very successful life sciences consulting firms, which is into the AI, data analytics. After acquiring experience into the years, he has moved as an entrepreneur and runs a very successful company in that domain. And there are many others who have set up their own businesses in the life sciences sector. And why not you? The Indian market size today is about $61 billion is the total market size. And we are out of which the domestic is about 23.5 and the 26.5 is the export market. You can see how Indian export market is growing, $26.5 billion. And we are today pharmacy to the world. We are exporting generic drugs to every country, to over on now the number is close to about 160 countries where India is now exporting its drugs. And we saw during the COVID, if you remember, the countries who couldn't afford or buy due to a lot of constraints, the vaccine provided by the global multinational companies, India was able to supply the vaccines manufactured in India. So that's the powerhouse you're talking about. And we continue to grow at 11-12%. And by 2030, our industry size would grow to $130 billion. As I said earlier, every time you see these growth numbers, relate them with job opportunities, relate them with the new opportunities for you to be an entrepreneur. Now, these are some of the global companies which are into the top 10. These are the top 10 global pharmaceutical companies, and all of them today have very strong presence in India. So most of the companies you see in this top 10, in fact, all have the presence in India in some form or the other. Some are selling in India for years now. Some are expanding their operations. Some are setting up the global competency centers, capability centers. A lot of them have set up the global R&D centers in India, global pharmacovigilance centers, global clinical trial centers. So all these companies have very strong presence in India and growing. These are the top 10 Indian companies. If you see, the Indian companies today cannot be ignored in the global sense, because these companies have done extremely well, not only in India, but worldwide. A lot of these companies are partnering with the top 10 global pharmaceutical companies. All these companies, the names you see here, are also exporting their drugs to over 160 countries. Sun Pharma today has got probably the business operations and the distribution in over 120 countries. When we talk about this, you're also talking about the relative. uh, so I'll check my camera, but I think I'm on a different slide, so probably you can't see me right now. But can you see the slides? Can someone confirm top 10 Indian pharma company slide?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Sir.
Thank you. Thanks. Okay. So if you see the context of this, let's say how the opportunities grow for India or the uh, Indian companies or for you. Let's take example of Sun Pharma. Sun Pharma has the captive in-house pharmacovigilance and clinical trials division. Now, when they supply the drugs to 120 and 30 countries, you're also talking about their responsibility of conducting pharmacovigilance activities in these countries. When they do that, this creates the more job opportunities in India. Because let's say Sun Pharma has got a very strong pharmacovigilance center in India. And every time they expand and they grow, their market size grows, they need more people. And Cliniminds has been there in Sun Pharma. Cliniminds students today stand at a very strong alumni in the pharmacovigilance domain in Sun Pharma or in many other these companies. So every time you see the growth, don't see them as just numbers. See them as opportunity for you as a student who can tomorrow work or who can be an entrepreneur in the next few years. So relate these numbers with the growth. Now let's see the clinical trials outsourcing. So we are looking at today the global clinical trials market at about $52.39 billion. That was in 2023 figure. 24 figure should be out of the market size. And by 2032, this market will be about $111 billion. And today, India is a significant beneficiary, but in the next few years, we will do the significant growth in this area. And repeating all these things. So let's say every time a new trial comes to India, one global trials, one study requires about if you put together every kind of a workforce, 1,000 to 1,200 people are required in clinical trial, in every trial. So hundreds of these trials are coming, and this will create more job opportunities for the professionals like you. Now, India is catering to the global talent shortage. When you go to the various countries, because as a part of the Cliniminds, we are also recruiting the workforce for different countries, the local, in addition to India, we also provide that service to the companies. And when we go and find out people, let's say there's a very specialized emerging field called MICC, Medical Information Call Centers. Now, medical information call centers is a very high-end process in pharmacovigilance. People who have built careers in MICC, they get, in addition to working in India, after 3 to 4 years, it will open up huge opportunities for you in the countries where there is a shortage. MICC is not a call center. MICC is the first line of contact for the healthcare practitioners, the patients, the distributors, medical device or drug distributors for the quality complaints. And this is the first line. These are the people who understand the requirements, the safety requirements of the drug and devices, and ensure that they provide this resolution or the solution to the companies. Now, when we go and look for this workforce globally, we are paying 6 to 7 times or 8 times higher cost than in India. In India, for example, in the MICC, if you get into the starting salaries are anywhere between 4 to 5 lakh rupees per annum for a fresher. If you are good in communication, if you understand pharmacovigilance and the MICC process, and if you're willing to work at off hours, the normal, which are not the 9 to 5 hours or 10 to 7 hours, if you're willing to work and willing to get experience in this industry, it will open up a lot of opportunity for you globally. And today, there's a shortage of people in the MICC in every country you go, whether it's the US, Canada, Australia, Middle East region, any country you go, there is a shortage of people in MICC. And India is at a very strong place to provide the global MICC workforce. And people who have built careers in this, today they are one of our ex-students, today heads the MICC in a company at 36 lakh salary per annum. So that is the kind of workforce you are looking at, expertise you are looking at. Just in the clinical trial, so if you see today, India is a great place for the all clinical trial professionals, data managers, statisticians, and we are able to today provide these services globally. The GCC is a classic example, and we'll be talking about the GCC a little later. These are the global capability centers. Let's take Sanofi. Sanofi is a big pharmaceutical company, top 10 pharma companies in the world. Now, they have already brought in over 2,500 new jobs in India in the last 3 years. And these are the all high-end jobs. These are not the jobs at a typical IT call center jobs. These are the high-skill jobs in clinical research, pharmacovigilance, data management, regulatory, business analytics, medical writing, biostatistics, all these high-end areas. And if you acquire experience in this sector, a lot of opportunities for you in the coming years. This will give you the how the job market is expanding today in the clinical trials. All the parts of the country, at least the top 10 major cities, have strong job opportunities. So a lot of you who are willing to go and work, in all top 10 cities, Delhi NCR, Ahmedabad, Vadodara, Mumbai, Pune, Bangalore, Mysore, Hyderabad, have got great opportunities. Kerala has got now opportunities. Chennai, Kolkata is now becoming a good center. So you have a lot of opportunities emerging in all these major cities. These are the all leading therapy areas where the oncology remains as top. A lot of global, in fact, 20% of global cancer trials are now happening in India. And that makes India a very attractive place for conducting the global cancer trials. And you are going to go in a lot more detail during your program. So today India is, growing. The numbers are anywhere between 5 to 7%, and India will continue to grow. These are the top 10 global CROs. All of them have very strong presence in India. And a lot of our Cliniminds students are working in all these companies. These are the top 10 homegrown, India's own CROs. All are very well reputed companies, Syngene, Lambda, Vida, a lot of Cliniminds alumni is there. And a lot of you will be, in the coming months, you will be end up working here in these. These are the top 10 life sciences recruiters. These are the all top 10 consulting and the life sciences recruitment companies in India. and the jobs they have in the pharma. So, for example, the Accenture has got 300,000 people in India, and they have a strong team of 4,000 plus people. See IQVIA, for example. IQVIA has got 22,000 people in India. All 22,000 are life sciences sector. So constantly these opportunities are growing for you. Build your skills. Clinical data management, very important part of the clinical trials industry. How do you collect data, analyze data, present data to the regulatory agencies? Extremely critical area. Build skills into CDM and your career will fly. A lot of these opportunities are there in all the top 10 major cities of India, and this is a great sector to work with. These are the lot of new trends emerging, and in your program, you're going to learn how today AI ML is coming, how the cloud-based clinical data management platforms are functioning. In fact, we have a software. This is the cloud-based clinical data management software, and our faculty, the trainer, would be training you on these platforms so that you have real-time experience of working on these softwares. So trend is similar to the clinical research, pharmacovigilance. How the data management is growing is almost in the same line as, because it's an integral part of the clinical trials. So it grows at the same pace as clinical trial. So India's contribution to global clinical data management is huge. Today, you're looking at the opportunities. In fact, a lot of data management work, average is about 20 to 25, 30% of global CDM work happens in India. Pharmacovigilance, a very important area. This outsourcing of the pharmacovigilance activities has increased in the last several years. And today, most pharmaceutical companies are outsourcing their operations, PV operations from India. India is today one of the most important hubs for the pharmacovigilance activities. In fact, one statistic says 80% of individual case safety reports, ICSRs, spontaneous reporting, are outsourced to India by the global pharma companies. And that's where India has got today very strong expertise. Today you go worldwide. We work with a lot of global companies. You go to any top 20, 30, 40, 50 companies. In pharmacovigilance, you will find Indians, either at the top or number 2 or number 3, QPPV, head of the PV. Expertise is with Indians today. So India in the last about 20 years has grown substantially and has become major pharmacovigilance center. We are going to go into a lot more detail. We have expert, very senior trainers. These are some of the key recruiters in pharmacovigilance domain. You can start reading about these companies. You'll get this presentation on your learning portal. Start going through, read about these companies, pharma companies, pharmacovigilance companies, data management companies, or CROs. Start reading about these companies. It would be useful for your interviews subsequently. Another area which is growing in India is not part of your program, though, is the medical device sector, but very important for you to know as a research professional, because some of you would be working in the medical device clinical trials or medical device pharmacovigilance companies, which is also called the material-vigilance. Now, this sector post-COVID has exploded in India, and today India is constantly growing at over double-digit number. We are at almost 15 to 20%, 15-18% growth happening in medical device sector, and constantly by 2034 we will still grow at average of about 9%. This is the broad overview. If you see the India market by 2030 will reach about $50 billion. So this is another great area of opportunity for you, and you will get opportunities through clinical trials and pharmacovigilance to work in this sector. A lot of new trends are emerging, whether it's a clinical trials or pharmacovigilance, data management. Today, a lot of new trends are emerging, and we are going to cover as a part of the program now the role of artificial intelligence. For example, how artificial intelligence is changing the way we work. The one thing I would make it very clear today, and this is very important for you to know, we get a lot of queries from the students. Are we going to lose jobs due to AI? No. The answer is very clear. No, we are not going to lose jobs due to AI. And I have a reason to say that. In 80s, late 80s, when our very early computerization in 90s and late 80s, when the computerization was happening very fast in India, some sectors went on strike at that time. The banks, for example. The banks were the very early adopters of the computerization. And the unions at that time thought that the moment you bring in computer, it's going to do the job of a human. And they went on strike. The government convinced them that it's not going to happen, like you're not going to lose jobs. And what you see today is India today is the IT powerhouse of the financial services industry. Today we are rock solid. Today we have companies like Infosys working with the global banking financial services organizations. And same thing is happening now in the life sciences sector. A lot of IT. There are no pen and paper jobs. One thing all of you note here is there are no pen and paper jobs. If you don't have a computer of any kind, please invest into one, take it into rent, but start working on computers. It's extremely important. If you learn on mobile phones, your learning would be close to about less than 50%, because you will be asked to make presentations, you will be asked to use softwares in data management, pharmacovigilance, clinical trials. You won't be able to use. There are AI-based solutions we are bringing in. You will be able to do it on your computers. So today, there are no pen and paper jobs. So all of you who are not exposed to computers, it's time to do that. And you'll be surprised that still there are people who are not regularly using computers. So please do that. It's AI is going to, so you're not going to lose jobs to AI. You may lose a job to a candidate, to a person, your friend who knows AI. How to implement, how to use AI in your day-to-day job. I'm not talking about ChatGPT copy-paste of the project reports. I'm talking about how to use AI, ChatGPT, or the other solutions in doing better research, in building solutions, building search modules, the content search modules, the literature search module. So using AI will be differentiators. It's not that you are going to lose jobs to AI. You lose the jobs to your friends and colleagues who know AI well, how to apply it. So a lot of these new trends we are going to study in the coming part. The same way in pharmacovigilance, data management, medical devices, a lot of these solutions, the new trends are coming in. I talked very briefly earlier, but I'll just explain you about these global capability centers. It's a fairly new trend in the last about 5 to 6 years, where the big global pharmaceutical companies or the medical device companies or the life sciences sector consulting firms are setting up the global capability centers in India. These hubs, these global capability centers provide a lot of different areas of expertise to the headquarters who are based in the US or Europe or UK, Japan, anywhere in the world. But these Indian capability centers provide a lot of capability to these companies. Some of the most common in the life sciences sectors are the drug development process, formulation development, clinical trials, pharmacovigilance, data in the AI and data analytics, the regulatory affairs, how to do those global regulatory submissions, CTD filing, ECTD submissions, dossier preparations, compliances. Supply chain management, extremely important area for the global companies, because that's where the companies are going to save costs. And India is becoming a very important destination for the logistics process. Medical and scientific writing, it's a very important areas. These are some examples I've given in terms of what these companies have done. Sanofi, Eli Lilly, Novo Nordisk, Takeda, Japanese, Algiers Medical Devices, BMS, all these companies are spending thousands of crores of setting up these GCCs in India. So acquired experience, there are sometimes fresher jobs comes into GCCs, but GCCs, as the name say, global capability centers, which means they prefer to hire people who are experts in the field. So acquire experience, and you'll have a lot of these opportunities in this sector. With this, I will take a pause here, but then I'll talk now about the journal skills. As I said earlier, there are no pen and paper jobs. If any of you think that there will be a job interview without computer, that's not going to happen. So either buy a computer, anything low cost. You don't need to buy a very fancy computers, but invest in a computer. Who can't buy today? Today, the computers renting has become very cheap, anywhere between 500 rupees to 800,000 rupees. Today, you can buy computers, and today you can rent the computers and start using them. So there are a lot of things you will be learning in this program, and that you will learn only on computers. That's number one. Number two, that English skills. So we keep hearing today in India the language politics, the which language is better, Hindi, English, Punjabi, Tamil, Telugu, Bengali, Gujarati. I'm not taking all the names. So all our mother tongues, whichever region we belong to, whichever mother tongue we speak, it's very important for us, and we need to be proud of speaking our mother tongue. But it's important to communicate in English for business. Today, India is a part of the global network. We work with US, we work with Europe, we work with France, we work with UK, we work with Japan. And at all these places, wherever, any country, whether they speak French or Japanese or any country, our connecting language with all these countries is English. All of our colleagues in this industry who have worked, my colleagues here, and we still work with the global companies for different services, English is the only connecting language we find. AI real-time interpretations, real-time translations. That's there. But English communication, speaking in English or writing, reading is extremely important to remain relevant in the global context today. So let's leave our language politics aside. Let's focus for the next 4 months in improving English communication. So a lot of you are from good backgrounds who understand English, read, write, speak English, and who don't use these next 4 months in improving your English, either here or even if you need to take some extra lessons to improve, do that. Because there are very few jobs you will find in the coming months when you will be exposed to the recruiters where the local language, where you will be interviewed in the local language. Most companies will be interviewing you in English only. So that's very important area. So one, computer, second, English. Third is reading the analyzing scientific information. You are getting into the life sciences sector, pharma, life sciences, clinical research, pharmacovigilance, data management. What is the common connect? Data. We are generating new data. We have to write reports for the new data. We have to write narratives. We have to write reports. We have to read scientific literature. And all this will happen when you have an ability to read and write scientific documents. Self-practice, a lot of self-practice is needed in finding the right literature, reading, making sense, writing narratives, writing summaries, clinical summaries from this literature. Once you have this habit, you will get good success in the life sciences sector because we are dealing with the data here. So very important skill set. The last but not least is ability to relocate, work in different cities. Today, you may be studying here online, live, but tomorrow your job opportunity, you may be in Visakhapatnam or in Vadodara or in any city, but your job opportunity may be in your nearest big city. That could be Hyderabad, Bangalore, Mysore, Chennai, Trivandrum, Cochin, New Delhi NCR, Mumbai, Pune, Ahmedabad, Vadodara, all these big cities. So you need to start thinking about working from big cities because the trend of home-based job is ending now, has more or less ended. The work from home was a very temporary situation during COVID. The COVID and its risks of COVID were there for the 3 to 4 years. And at that time, the companies had no choice but to work from home so that they can deliver the projects. And you'll be surprised that a lot of people who were involved into the vaccine research, they were working from offices. They were working from labs. They were working from hospitals. They were working from the R&D facilities of the pharma company. They were working with the large IT companies. They were working from office environment. Imagine if all these people said, we want to sit at home and work from home, what will happen? Could you have got this vaccine? No. Could you have got the medicines? A crocin, a person, a chemist who manufactured, R&D teams who worked slogged 24/7, the manufacturing teams who slog 24/7 in ensuring that our drug supplies don't reduce. We get our drugs. Imagine these people work from their homes. Would we be alive? Very difficult. So I think give up that idea of work from home. Today, most companies, 95% companies, 98% companies, as far as the freshers workforce is concerned, are working from office. 60 to 70%, 80% experienced people are working from offices. Very small workforce, 10 to 15% are in blended. They work sometimes from office, some from workforce, and only less than 5% workforce would be only work from home. Only less than 5%. So majority people are back in office. Get ready to work in office. Get ready, because one of the advantages, no, in fact, not one, many advantages of working in office environment, working in your office environment is you make new friends, new colleagues in the industry. What you're going to learn from your colleagues and your friends you will make in that environment, you will never learn from sitting at home in t-shirts and pajamas. Because when we go to office, we get ready. We mentally get ready actually to go to work. We wear formal clothes. Everyone doesn't need to be in the tie and shirts or suits. You need to wear normal trousers, normal shirts, or normal, attire for women, whatever they wear for the office environment. So when you go there, you are getting ready mentally. You go there, you interact with colleagues. When you're in online environment, you will never get opportunity to interact with your colleagues in that personal time, in that water cooler time, on the tea, coffee break times, lunch break times, going outside on the street side, having a chai or a coffee. You won't get those opportunities. And trust me, these are the experiences you will acquire, and the friends you will make are for lifelong. I worked in office environment, except barring those few months of COVID, of the 2-3 months of the first wave and the 2 months of the second wave. I worked throughout the COVID from the office environment. I worked entire life, and a lot of my colleagues here you will meet today and the next few months. We all have worked in offices. We have made friends in all over the world. I have worked in the life sciences sector, pharma sector for all my life. And today, I'm proud to say I have friends in over 50 countries. I can call up someone in Nigeria. I can call someone in UK, US, all major cities of US. I can call up people and talk. I can get things done. I can solve my business problems by talking to my friends in these countries. And I talk to them generally as well. It's not just the business. All these things will happen when you get out of your home comfort. It's a very dangerous comfort zone, and it will never let you grow as professionals. So get ready, get sort of start working, start learning. We have an active, one of the concerns I'll address here itself, and my colleague, Mr. Malia, who will address the placement related issues. Rest assured about the placement process is well defined. For the next 4 months, focus in studying. So one of the important things for you is learn with passion. Learn to become expert in this field. Next 4 months, forget anything. 4 to 5 hours every day, maybe more on some days, you will learn. You will get opportunities to learn from the experts. You'll have presentations, various types of activities, quizzes, multiple choice questions, assessments, and all these things. So you're going to learn in a lot more detail. So stay focused for the next 4 months, and you will see the results of that. We will prepare you for interviews. There are mock interview sessions. We invest a lot of time and energy in these mock sessions. I'll give you these statistics. They're very interesting. In the last about 3 years, we have analyzed the data. 98% placements which have happened for the students who have attended mock interview sessions. Mock interviews are interview preparation sessions where our placement team plus all the technical experts, HR experts will prepare you for interviews. If you attend these interview sessions, trust me, you will not go wrong in the main interviews with the companies. And that's how these sessions are designed. You miss one session and it may impact your placement chances. So we will be putting a lot of efforts, and my advice is to appear for all these sessions, because once you attend these sessions, so a lot of fear I talked to the student, 3-4% who didn't attend these sessions. I asked them, why you didn't attend? They say, oh, we are scared. We can't face the interview. That's why we tell them. That's the whole idea of these sessions, to remove your fear of actual interview. The mock interviews is our internal interview by our internal experts. So this is your practice ground. Before you go and play the test match, you go and practice in the nets, isn't it? So this is your net practice. So do your net practice, grill your trainers if you need to, and you will see the success. So with this, I'll take a pause. I think I've taken more time than I was allotted, and I'm happy to take questions. Thank you. Wish you all the best. You can raise your hand on the screen and ask your question. I'm happy to answer. Please feel free to ask question. No question is wrong. No question is of. Yes, Palak, please go ahead. You can unmute yourself.
Sir, I want to ask that is there any kind of study material we have to
Yes. So today
we have to get
yes.
from outside, like stationery
No.
somewhere?
Nothing. Yes, the only stationery you need is your own pen and notebook. Just keep that. Otherwise, all study material is provided on learning management system. So your LMS access, once your fee issues and everything is sorted out, I think you would have received the LMS access email. Now, in this LMS, all your study content is preloaded.
Okay.
Plus, every time there is a presentation by the faculty, that presentation will be uploaded and will be made available by next morning. Then third is all audio video recording. So every session will be recorded, and all these audio video recordings will be uploaded into your LMS. So within 24 hours, your presentation and LMS will be uploaded. And this is your best study material. You can always listen to these presentations again and again. Then there are ebooks, there are notes, presentations also on the your LMS. So a lot of content is available for you. You don't need to buy anything online, or any textbook is not needed. And today you'll get the demo session by my colleague, Mr. Kumar. He will give you the demo session, how to access the study material. Yes, Akshat, please speak.
Yes, sir, I want to know that it is possible to go into the higher position just after doing B pharmacy, or I will go for higher studies along with my job.
So give me your introduction, Akshat, first. What
Yes,
do you do? When did you pass out? You seem to be working somewhere.
no, sir, I am in home. Myself, Akshat, and I have done graduation in pharmacy, a bachelor's in pharmacy, and till now my final semester result is awaited, which is to be declared in the August. So that's all about me, sir.
Thank you, Akshat. There's the growth. The growth always comes with experience. So let's say you are a fresh graduate, BPharm, you complete Cliniminds program. There will be a multiple sector opportunities for you in clinical research, pharmacovigilance, data management, all these areas, your opportunities will come. Now, there is a growth process for everyone. So let's say you start in clinical research as a research coordinator, or as CTA. Then you become, after a few years experience, you become CRA. You become lead CRA. You become then assistant manager project level. You become project manager. Or after the lead CRA, you go into QA field, or if you complete your project management and you move into QA domain. So you keep changing your pathway after the experiences you acquire in the industry. When I say experiences in plural, I mean that because there'll be different areas of expertise you will acquire over the years. And then you can choose to go into regulatory, you can choose career pathway in medical writing, you can choose career pathway as a project manager, you can choose career pathway as a quality assurance person. So you can choose different pathways in your career, but you have to start journey from somewhere. And that somewhere is either research coordinator, as a drug safety associate, as a data management associate, as a regulatory associate, as a regulatory record specialist. There are different positions you can then grow. But there's a journey. Once you acquire experience, acquire new skill sets, and you will continue to grow. I can see some more names. Ayeshri. Yes, sorry.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, Aishi, I can, yes.
Sir, my question to you was, in the LMS portal, we see some tests are given. So we have to attend the test as long as the time period of 4 months, and by how much time we'll get to prepare for.
Madam today, my academics colleague, Ms. Shweta, will address these questions related with multiple assessments. There are different level of assessment. There are final government assessments will be there. All these academic issues, Shweta ma'am will respond to you today.
Thank you, sir.
She has a session after me. Yeah, Hemant, go ahead. You can unmute Hemant. Okay. Anik, yeah, you can raise hand.
Good
Anik,
afternoon,
you can
sir.
speak. Good afternoon, Anik.
So my name is Anik Mukherjee and I have completed my BPharm in this 2025 year. So my question was that if I'm gonna pursue this course, then it would be any preferential to be doing job in a government sector.
Sorry? Government sector. Look, government sector, we don't provide any job placement. Our entire placement is provided in the private sector. Government opportunities do come, keep a look out for them. There are sometimes we get opportunities from the Pharmacopoeia Commission in Pharmacovigilance, but your majority of jobs in this sector where you're entering today are in private sector. So I would say 99% of job opportunities are in government, in private sector. So government has very few opportunities in this sector. Entire research is led by the private sector industry. So be prepared to work in private sector. If you wait for the government opportunities, there will be very, very few.
No, sir. My actual question was that if I'm going to pursue this course, then it
Yeah.
would be any preferential if I get government job in later in my life career. Then it would be any preferential. It would be.
Of course, this diploma will always be helpful because what you are learning today, you will not be able to learn even the 5 years into a job role. You are getting the end-to-end understanding of the sector.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Because the
Yeah.
question.
Rabina.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, Rabina, I can.
Okay. First of all, thank you for the presentation. It was really helpful. So my question is about the placement cell. How long will you assist, will your team assist in getting a person a job? Or is it like there is a fixed time limit or something like that?
Rabina, there is no limit. I mean, we ensure that we hold your hand till you're placed. If you leave our hand, we will still be sending you reminders and sending you the opportunities and sending you the alerts to talk to us. But we don't leave hands. There's a very recent case, in fact, a student was unable to clear final exam. He didn't clear certain interviews. He has got placed recently 2 years later. Now, why I'm giving this example 2 years? 2 years because we didn't leave the hand of students for those 2 years. We kept pursuing with him. We kept sort of giving him some even sessions. We told this candidate, come and attend online sessions if you need to. So there won't be any sort of a lack of opportunities from our side. We'll continue to support you. Don't worry about that. That's part of the process.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So with this, I'll take a pause and I'll let others, speak. There's one more question I can take. Dr. Sonika.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for the session. It was really wonderful. I wanted to ask, since you mentioned about computers, being comfortable with computers, can you guide with some tools that I can learn along with the course, which will help me, get a job easily, like MS Excel and stuff?
Right. So, the recruiters today, they don't expect you to be expert in everything related with IT. So you should have a good handle on, first of all, Microsoft Office. If you are good at Excel, PowerPoint presentation, Word, using certain basic AI tools to do the research. ChatGPT, very useful tool if you use it wisely. I've seen students, even mature, working professionals, copy pasting from ChatGPT. Put your problem, put your question, put your problem, get answer, copy paste it, and send it, submit it. No, please don't do that. You're not going to learn anything from ChatGPT like that. Having said that, there are a lot of tools within the ChatGPT. Even the free version has a lot of tools. So one of the important things I would recommend you and everyone else here is PubMed. PubMed is the database of all global literature. So perhaps in the PubMed, 85 to 90% of the life sciences sector, pharma, life sciences, healthcare sector publications are indexed in PubMed. If you acquire the skill set to search a good publication, relevant publication of your problem. So let's say your trainer tells you that I would like to see a comparative safety study between the two molecules. So there are two molecules to treat the same disease, and I would like you to go and search the right publications and bring the short list of the publications so that we can then do the assessment of the safety comparison between the two drugs, two molecules. So you should be able to go to PubMed and put your right search strings and get the right publications, relevant publications. And that's a skill set will take you long way into your career. Right, Shanika? Any other?
Yes, sir. No, sir.
These are
Thank you.
some very important tools,
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thanks. Hemant, yeah, I'll take the last question now so that others can speak. And Hemant, yes. Hemant Yadav, Anubhav Kumar.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, Anubhav. Yeah, Anubhav.
So my question is that I have done M.Pharm from pharmacology. I have done animal studies. So my question is that what are the best opportunities for me?
You are now coming from animal to clinical research industry, right? So learn clinical trials. You've done M.Pharm pharmacology, which is very relevant for two major opportunities for you. Either come into the clinical trials, human clinical trials, or second opportunity is the pharmacovigilance. So in both sectors, you will find good opportunities, but you have now 4 months to decide all this. So learn both and see where you develop your interest in the next 4 months.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All right. Okay, then I'll take a pause here. Over to you, Shweta ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So now we will be starting with the student's introduction. For that, I would like to invite our placement head, Mr. Rahul Malia, to join us. During your introduction, make sure your cameras are turned on, unmute yourself, and during your introduction, mention your name, your current location, your basic qualification, in which year you have completed your graduation or post-graduation, and if you hold any experiences, make sure you mention that. Okay, so I'm starting with the first student, and that is, let's start with Kaushik first.
Myself, Akshat Raj Kaushik. I am from Muzaffarnagar, UP. I have done my graduation from SD College of Pharmacy. That's all about me.
Okay. Thank you. Aisha Priya. Are you there? Akshata Raj Kaushik. Akshata.